Alrighty, folks. We're back for another little quick video here. I've had quite a few people ask me in the Discord down below is your link. And while you're down below, don't forget to like and subscribe to this thing because that does help out the overlords in distributing my content to people that are interested. So today, what we're going to talk about is the 3Commas.io connected up to a Binance.us um, situation. We need to rename that. We'll get to it. So this is a 3Commas bot connected up to Binance.us. Um, and this is going to be using a completely free. You can click, and join up. And this is an absolutely free bot. As long as you have a Binance US account that's ready to go, that might be some challenge. Um, but again, I don't have it set up here, but they support like 30 some exchanges. So as long as you got an account on one of them, you can get this set up and working. We won't go through any of those details, but once you have your exchange set up, you select it, and then what we're going to do is today we're going to call this the ADA USD QFL bot because I have picked ADA or Cardano and paired it with the US dollar as it is on Binance.us. You can get away with pairing it to like Tether or USDC or USDT, USDT or USDC if your particular exchange don't have an actual USD pair. But in my case, since I do have a USD pair, I'm going to go with that because then we don't have to worry about little nuances or sheer spiky volumes in the BST or whatever you're paired with to cause you weird divergence problems that you don't need to understand. The US dollar is stable enough to make these things work in a market maker fashion because you have to think what you're actually doing is you're becoming a market maker. And one of the big questions that most people ask is, well, how much do I need to get started? You could start with one trade and, do a couple dollars if you want. You won't really make any money, but you can test it with just a handful of dollars. What I'm going to do is I've got an account here that I've allocated just about $500 to. I moved some money over in specifically to a new account now, and I'm going to start doing some more trades and showing a few more things here. So I've got this new account that we'll show and we'll keep somewhat track of. I probably won't get too scientific with the tracking, just not how I roll. But we will definitely take you along for the ride. Oops, I better turn those guys off. Let me do that. And I was billing a customer. Sorry about that, folks. Let's not bill that customer anymore. Um, Back to the lecture at hand. QFL and ADA. Why am I picking ADA and why am I coming up with $500? Well, for one, I want to have a little bit of money in the account so that I have the ability to do what's called safety orders or dollar cost averaging, because that is exactly what we're doing here, folks. This is dollar cost averaging. We are acting as if, and nobody has to give us permission to do this. That's the beautiful thing of crypto, is absolutely nobody has to give us permission to become a market maker of a token. Today, that token is ADA or Cardano. So I'm going to allocate to this particular bot an account that totally has $422 into it. But for the configuration that I'm setting up with this bot right now, it's only going to ever trade with 42 US dollars. Ever. We're not looking to get rich here. We're looking like first, for one hit one, one hit, base hit, double hit. Every once in a while we might hit a home run, but we're not looking for that. And you're going to see in the settings that we're looking for those base hits all day long. That's what it is. So we're starting with 42 US dollars maximum this bot's ever going to spend before we have to intervene with it if we ever have to. And then the max safe order price deviation. So Cardano would have to drop 12% against us because this is a long bot. So Cardano would have to drop 12% against us um, before we would use that $42 is what's that saying. And then that puts us at a 10% ratio. So balance to be used. So that means only 10% of the funds I have available have been allocated to this bot. So this bot can never spend more than 10% of my funds ever before I've got to intervene and add more, or God forbid take a stop loss, which I never do because we're dollar cost averaging here, folks. And again, dollar cost averaging only works if we're still in a bull run. If we flip into a bear run here for a while, there might be a trade on that side, but I don't do that. And I'm not going to teach people to do that. I'm going to be buy the dip crowd here. So let's move on. So we got our ADA paired to the US dollar. We are doing a long strategy and we're quoting in US dollars. And then that here, how I've come up with those numbers is we've taken a 2%, 2.5% base order and paired that with a 5.6% safety order size. And if you think about the math and the dollar cost averaging concept, if we have to jump into a safety order, we want that to be much larger than our first buy so that our cost comes way down. Um, and then to make it free, if you want to go with more advanced and jump into more advanced technologies, we'll do that in the next video. Because you can always go into do a TradingView custom signal, or you might be able to get you know a couple trading views, but no, I'm not gonna try what they have built in. I haven't been able to back test it. I don't know the settings. So what we're gonna set up is QFL. You can go Google, or better yet, get on the YouTube because this is a community created by a dude, at least one dude I know of, but he may have gathered work from other dudes. Who knows? Um, but what we're gonna pick is this QFL day trading at 3%. We're just gonna leave that and let it run for a day or two and see how it kind of does and check it out. See if there might be some settings we can change because you could go over to Trading View, slap this on there, and kind of play with it. But you may need a $14 a month Trading View account. So if you're keeping this completely free right now, just try this QFL Day Trading 3 or try 2 if you want quicker reactions because I didn't look into it too detailed, but that's basically the percent move that QFL algorithm needs to see before it's going to get into an order. So maybe try 2, but I hold out. Oh, it won't let you do 2. So they make you go 3. That's okay. There we go. We learned something, folks. Live coding. Um, so QFL needs a minimum of 3% input to do something. But then our take profit, I've got currently at 2%. This is where you're going to want to let it run for a few days, see how long it took you to get out of the trades, and see what kind of percentage of your safety orders are you using. Are you doing one safety order every time and it takes 15 hours? You got to kind of judge that. But being market makers, we're looking for these grid style moves. We're looking for the back and forth, buy the dip kind of thing is what this is. And then it's percentage of total volume. Don't leave it from base order. We want total volume because if we ape in on a second safety order, we may get that quick response we need to get our 2% out. And again, if we're talking $42 and 2% of that's, you can do the math. We're not talking about a lot. We're talking about base hits. I do not do a safety order. Or I do not do a stop loss. I was looking at the wrong spot. I do not do a stop loss because we are dollar cost averaging in here. Now, if we burn through the $42 we've allocated, there's a technique there. We can add a little more funds at the right time, or convert it to a smart trade. Might be another option if they give that ability. I don't know if they give that ability in a free account, folks. But there is a few ways out if you burn through your $42. All right, and then now we get to safety orders. And safety orders are the heart, the meat and blood, and whatever of this concept, dollar cost averaging. And then we have a lot of them, 5. But we only put one on the book at a time so that we're not exposing ourselves too much to Binance and to Binance's markets. So we put one order out, and then we want a 1.5% price move before we um, put on another safety order. Um, and then we only scale up the volume a little bit each time after that. In my testing with other bots and whatnot, and watching other YouTube videos, um, basically the you don't really want to go up too high because you'll burn through a lot more money. And if we're being a little more conservative with our money, you can keep us at a low number of 0.25. And then the step scale is that's how far it's going to step down between. So it's going to widen out that percentage by 1.25 each time by a scale of 1.25 so that the moves have to be greater. So if we're in obviously like a flash panic mode where, Elon Musk starts pissing on Cardano for some reason, well, great. We'll just capture our $46 down and wait 14 hours for the recovery and get you know, our $2 profit. That's what this is, folks. And then I don't set anything else. Um, so yeah, that is a totally free. Go sign up, try it out. Um, you know, you'll have to integrate with your exchange. So that's one other requirement, and you do need a few $100 to make it worthwhile. I mean, you could start with say $100 and only allocate half of your bag to the bot to begin with, so you can get out of it. Because if we're only looking for a 2% move, we know that happens all the time. That's typical market making concepts out there. As price moves, when it gets too far, people take their profits and rinse and repeat, folks. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. Got to go back to the day job like I was, but I had a couple questions, like I said, come in through the Discord, which is in the link down below, about this whole 3 commas craziness and if it's profitable, if it works, if it does, folks. Because you can even look over here. If you want to pick somebody else's bot or just eyeball what they did, give a click. And because what 3 commas has done is they've gamified it a little bit where you can go out and find other bots. You don't have to go just by this deal entry signal QFL here wherever it went. Because you can do custom signals too. You know, we'll get to that in the next video because you can spend a little bit of money at TradingView and then set up a really badass system that I have back tested with like easily 10 years of crypto on any market we could get our hands on. Uh, Back in a couple years back when I was really starting to do some of the market making and arbitrage concepts that I've been involved with for quite a while now behind the scenes here, folks. So all right, there you go. 3commas.io is the link, and my referral link is down in the doobly doo below if you do those kind of things. And I will catch you in that next video, folks.